Hello learners, welcome to the second part of RT hyperlipidemic agents. So in this part we will deal with the drugs which are used in therapy of a hyperlipidemia. So hyperlipidemic agents, they are principally divided into various 6 categories as mentioned here. Reductase inhibitor, HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor, or these are also known as statins. Examples here are given: levastatin, simvastatin, atorvastatin, like this way. So they inhibit the synthesis of cholesterol. Then fibric acid derivatives, bile sequestering agents, by utilizing the bile they are removing the cholesterol. Then nicotinic acid, it is a vitamin, cholesterol absorption inhibitor, and various other agents. Very first agent is HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor, or they are statins. So they competitively inhibit these agents. Statins competitively inhibit the HMG-CoA reductase enzyme and thereby reducing the LDL cholesterol. Actually, HMG-CoA is the enzyme which is responsible for the synthesis of cholesterol. So it inhibits that enzyme and thereby the cholesterol synthesis is been inhibited. So it prevents the conversion of HMG-CoA to mevalonic acid, and further it is which is further converted into cholesterol. So it inhibits that HMG-CoA. So inhibition of the cholesterol synthesis happens in the hepatocyte, and which is facilitating the clearance of LDL. So the quantum of LDL in the body is lowered, and the lowering quantum depends upon the efficacy as well as the dose of statin, which statin we are using and in what dose it has been used. So this quantum of lowering quantum depends upon this nature of the statin. So it also reduces the triglyceride level by 10 to 35% and increases the HDL level by almost around 5%. Orally they are absorbed up to 40 to 75%, and protein binding is very high, 90 to 95%. Most of the statins are having the half-life of 2 to 4 hours. Amongst them, two are the main which are clinically used: atorvastatin or rosuvastatin. They are having the half-life of 14 to 20 hours. Rest of them are having the 2 to 4 hours. So clinically these two only significantly used. They also decreases the coagulation, inflammation, platelet function, and LDL oxidation, etc. Next category is fabric acid derivatives, fibrates. As such, clinically they are not used because due to their adverse effect and limited therapeutic effects. So better drugs are available. Therefore, this type of this category is not as such utilized. The main reason behind is that limited therapeutic effect and more adverse effect and better availability of other drugs. How they are working: they bind and actively activate the peroxidome's proliferative activated receptor, decreases the plasma triglyceride level by stimulating the oxidation of a fatty acid. They decreases the synthesis of lipoproteins and enhance the clearance of the triglyceride, lower the LDL level, and moderately rise in the HDL level. So they also modify the atherogenic genetic lipoprotein profile, reduces the fasting and postprandial triglyceride level. The adverse effect by which these agents are not used are incidences of cholecystosis and GI disturbances, and due to these side effects only these derivatives are not having the clinical applications. Bile sequestering agents, these are again promising agents which are used as anti-hyperlipidemic agent. They inhibit, actually these drugs act on bile acids. They inhibit the bile acids and bile acid absorption and facilitate the removal from the body. So they actually remove the bile acid. So reabsorption of a bile acid has been inhibited by these. These are actually the resin polymers and insoluble and not absorbed. So they non-covalently bind with the bile, and they increases the clearance of the bile from the intestine. The complex of the resin and bile is not absorbed from the ileum and excreted out. So this decrease in bile acid reabsorption contemporarily increases the bile acid synthesis in the hepatocytes. And due to increased bile acid synthesis, there is a more utilization of cholesterol and by that way the cholesterol concentration is decreased. So bile acid is removed out from the body. Due to that, more bile acid is synthesized by hepatocyte, and for that synthesis cholesterol is utilized. So it enhances the LDL clearance from the circulation, and the adverse effect is GI bloating, uh, constipation, nausea, dyspepsia, etc. These are the side effects which we have observed. Next category of drug is nicotinic acid. This is one of the vitamin, water soluble vitamin, substrate for the synthesis of NAD and NADP, that is nicotinamide adenosine dinucleotide and nicotinamide adenosine dinucleotide phosphates. So they decreases the plasma level of LDL and triglyceride, also increases the LDL concentration. This vitamin inhibit the lipolysis of the triglyceride, reduces the triglyceride breakdown, and reduces the transport of fatty acid into the liver, into the VLD, very low density lipoprotein. So reduced VDLD result in the decreased production of LDL. So there is a reduction in the VLDL, very low density lipoprotein, and therefore there is a production of LDL is also reduced. So they also reduces the catalysis of HDL, breakdown of LDL, so HDL. So amount of HDL ultimately will be enhanced over here. The major adverse effect which they are having is that cutaneous vasodilation, feeling of a warmth, flushing, pruritus, that is itching, and reversible hepatocyte toxicity they are observed. So these are about the nicotinic acid. And the last agent is cholesterol absorption inhibitor. So ezetimibe, these are inhibiting the absorption from the small intestine. It decreases the cholesterol transport from micelles into the enterocytes, into the intestinal cells. Inhibit the cholesterol uptake by the brush border enzyme, brush border proteins. So from the brush border, uptake of the cholesterol has been reduced. So absorption of cholesterol has been inhibited in the gastrointestinal level. So lower the LDL level by almost all 18%, and this due to the 18% is significantly not so high. So therefore it is used as an adjuvant therapy. Next category of a drug which is cholesterol absorption inhibitor is sitosterol and stanols. They are present in natural vegetable, fruits and nuts. So competitively they inhibit the cholesterol absorption in the gastrointestinal tract and reduces the cholesterol absorption. So they will be absorbed and they competitively inhibit the absorption of the cholesterol. Next category which are from the cholesterol absorption inhibitor is omega-3 fatty acids, that is MUFA and PUFA. In various advertisements also we have seen these kind of a category of drug. Actually they remove the cholesterol and LDL and triglycerides which are atherogenic in nature. The diet which are rich in monosaturated fatty acid, that is MUFA, and polysaturated fatty acid, that is PUFA, decreases the cardiac risk and lower the LDL level. It also arrests the progression of atherogenic plaques. This MUFA and PUFA arrest the progression of atherogenic plaque and reduces the lipid level. Inhibit the platelet aggregation, that is platelet aggregation, and by which the thrombus formation is there, so it will be reduced, and thereby it reduces the arterial blood pressure also. So these cholesterol absorption agent also have the antiarrhythmic agent, but the clinical application of this is questionable ultimately. So this is all about the drug therapy which are used in hyperlipidemic agents. Dear friends, if you have any kind of difficulty or doubt, you may contact on me in given number, or you can mail me the given email ID. So here we end our unit 1 of the syllabus. Thank you very much, and enjoy the learnings.